They're finally here again for the third time, and I'm excited. Pokémon Gold, Silver, and not Crystal have been released for the 3DS Virtual Console, and I'm excited. And is it Pokémon Gold and Silver as you remembered it? Well, yeah, for the most part. And we're going to be going over whether it's worth buying again definitively on today's video. Welcome to Stuff We Play, your source for everything weird, adventurous, and retro. And on today's video, we're talking about something retro that's being re-released that I'm very excited for. Pokémon Gold and Silver for the 3DS Virtual Console. More specifically, Silver version, because Silver was my first foray into the world of Johto, and I felt it was only right that that be the version I get. I don't know, I'll probably get Gold at some point. So this review here is not going to be going over the games themselves. I already think Pokémon Gold and Silver on their own are definitely worth your time. And if you really want to hear my opinions on those, along with some friends of mine, we did an entire 46-minute long retrospective on the second generation of Pokemon. This video specifically is the recently released versions of Pokemon Gold and Silver worth it. And now some of you are also wondering, didn't you do a video on that as well? Yes, but that was right after the games were announced, the ports of these games. These games have actually been out for, God, nearly 20 years at this point. What does Pokemon Gold and Silver for the 3DS add? Not really a lot. I mean, first off, you have the added bonus of just because it's on a 3DS, you don't have to worry about your save battery dying and losing all your progress. Furthermore, because obviously this is the 3DS and you have no need for a link cable, or rather there's no possible way to use a link cable, these games, much like the ports of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, have wireless trading and battling enabled, which is great and it's faster and better than ever before. Along with that, these games have compatibility with Pokemon Bank, which means that any Pokemon you catch in Pokemon Gold and Silver for 3DS, you can directly transfer them up to the Generation 7 Pokemon games, which of course are Pokemon Sun, Moon, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I tried to find some crap that weren't game specific, mainly just specific to these releases. I only have 3 main gripes about these releases of Pokemon Gold and Silver, and we're going to go over those now. With the release of these games, Nintendo is giving you a free Celebi for use in Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, which is great. That's awesome. It's an homage to the Celebi event back in Gen 2. My only problem with this event is I wish it was the actual Gen 2 Celebi event. Now, if I remember correctly, that event involving the GS ball and whatnot was never utilized in the Western releases of the games, but all the coding and stuff was still there, so I don't know, minor gripe, very minor gripe. It's still cool you're actually getting a Celebi. It's just a shame that in order to truly complete the Pokedex, you need to somehow perform a glitch to get that one specific Pokemon. Speaking of things that have been left out, let's talk about the most major omission, which is Pokemon Crystal. I know a lot of people said, well, I would only buy Crystal, I wouldn't buy Gold and Silver. Yeah, well, a lot of people were the same way with Pokemon Yellow and they released that. Now, I did make an entire video talking about why I think Nintendo isn't bringing Crystal out, and I got a lot of really good comments on that, and one that stuck out to me was one talking about how, maybe because the Japanese version of Crystal had a lot of differences from the North American and European versions, namely that it could actually go online with a mobile phone adapter. Whoever was in charge of these games, Game Freak, I don't know, just didn't want to be bothered to, work something out with that. Do we retranslate the Japanese version and enable online battling and trading, or do we translate the Western releases into Japanese and take those features out? Or do we just put a direct ROM on there and just, whenever they go and try to use any of the mobile features in Japan, it gives them an error? Who knows? That's probably why, but it's still kind of a crappy reason because, I don't know, these are 20-year-old games. Nintendo could have figured something out. Come on, Crystal is by far the best version of the Gen 2 games. And now the third and final gripe isn't something with these releases themselves, but more a specific version of these releases. The physical release. That's right, Pokemon Gold and Silver are getting released physically again, and don't get your hopes up. It's literally a cardboard box with a download code. What a waste of fucking money. But besides that, these games are definitely worth your time. They've aged remarkably well in my opinion. I mean, they definitely have their faults, and we go over those in the aforementioned retrospective. And as long as you aren't considering buying the physical release of Pokemon Gold and Silver for 3DS, definitely buy them, definitely buy the eShop version. It's definitely worth it. It's fun to go through the Johto region again and just relive those memories, or if you've never played through them, this is a great place to start. I still think Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the DS are much better versions of the Gen 2 games, but those are $60 for cartridge only, and honestly for $10 for a version of the original releases that's directly compatible with the modern games. If you've never played Pokemon Gold or Silver, this is definitely the way to go. I'm excited for these games. I'm really nostalgic for them, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are too, so please leave your Johto memories down in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to Stuff We Play for more great content like this. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Stay classy, and I will see you next time.